1. Hey everybody!
I'm Greg.
I'm Jim, and this is Watchcat Reviews.
And today we're going to review The Incredibles 2.
2, right. So from right now, we're just going to say that we both liked it a lot.
Yes.
It was worth the wait.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are some spoilers coming up. So right now, if you haven't seen the movie at all, you should turn this off and come back to this and take a look at it later. Because we're going to go right into the spoilers.
Yes.
As soon as possible. So
I say we should start now.
Yes.
Well, first of all, Jim,
yes.
Tell me, what were some of the things that you really liked about it, and what were some of the things you didn't like?
Okay, so there were a lot more things I liked about this than not liking it.
Okay.
So even the things that you kind of went, it glossed right over it, and you were okay.
Right.
Most people, I think, will probably love this film. They won't even think about anything else. Oh, it was cute. We loved it. It's great. You know, that was it.
Right.
But yeah, okay. So getting into Spoilerville, I really thought that the dynamic of the family picking it up from right after the
first Incredibles.
The first Incredibles happened.
Right.
And we go right into the kid. You know, right at the beginning, the kid, the boyfriend, the love interest of Violet, wishing that he could forget, and he saw her with her super suit on, you know, and then there's this whole, thing like that's the very beginning, and then we go into the whole family trying to get the Underminer, and he escapes, and Decker, I think that's his name. Yeah, the guy who was originally Decker
in the first movie.
And
Decker is I guess he was the head of the superhero witness protection.
Yeah,
program.
He's the guy right at the beginning, very somber guy.
Right.
Just doesn't want to talks like this.
Right.
Rah, rah. So mom gets a new job offer, and then keeping it where Mr. Incredible, it's not about him now. It's about it's her adventure, and and he's stuck with the kids. But in this case, he wants to be with them, but he's just trying to cope as a stay-at-home dad.
So it still has the relatability of the family dynamics.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that was great.
Well, let's talk about Jack.
Tell her about this, not while she's doing hero work.
Girls, come on, leave the saving of the world to the men. I don't think so.
I've got to succeed, so she can succeed, so we can succeed.
I get it, Bob. I get it.
We both talked about this, thinking that, well, where was the dash moment where he, the character discovers something else?
Yeah.
So there's a few of those, but I think Jack is where it happened, where he every little thing new thing that he came up with, they kind of learned how to deal with him.
For me, I think you're absolutely right. I think the discovery of Jack's power is what was the best part of the story, because it really was, and he had so many of them.
Oh yeah,
it was like teleportation and laser beams, and he's got an incredible fight scene with a raccoon. Right. It's just so hilarious. Now, my biggest problem with Incredibles 2, first of all, does it live up to Incredibles 1? No. The Incredible 1, and I think we both talked about this, it's a perfect film. So it's a perfect film. It doesn't live up to it, but at the same time, it's still a very good sequel.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think, though, the one plot which I would say is the weakest point, is screensaver? Slaver.
Yeah.
I hate that name.
Yeah.
Screenslaver. Because you could see it come a mile away on who's the bad guy. I'm not going to go into details with that. But trust me, when you go see the movie and you're watching it, you're going to go, okay, that's the bad guy. And I just felt like they really doubled down a lot on that where I didn't think they needed to. I felt like the first Incredibles was so smart and such a commentary on superheroes, supervillain, and fandom that I almost felt like, even if you weren't going to necessarily top the first one, just be a complete straight superhero film without having to rely on kind of a twist on the bad guy when it's so obvious who the bad guy was.
Yeah. the character design of the brother and his sister are completely different. I mean, he is so straight and pointy and, you know,
very kind of 50s archetypes.
Yeah, and she's more like she's from the 90s or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know, and very, you know, emo and kind of,
Right.
you know, and all right after Beat Bad, I was like, what's wrong with her?
If the sister is so anti superheroes, I don't buy that she's going to help the brother run their family company and bring them back only for this hidden agenda. Just, you know, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, and I don't think it was necessary. Because again, I think had the Screenslaver been an old nemesis of Elastigirl, so that they had a history together, I just think that would have been so much more stronger than to try to fool us that, oh, I'm really helping Elastigirl, where deep down I'm really the bad guy, and then I have a very generic motivation.
Yeah. Also, I thought that if they were going to have a brother and sister, the brother's so upright and we're going to do everything and whatever. She should have been the same way. They should have been almost a mirror of one another, just so when she does turn into the bad guy, you would definitely see the change. Cause
they didn't really hide her.
No.
Not right from the get-go.
No.
It was pretty much.
She was just like in the background. I'm just, you know, I don't know anything.
Right.
He knows everything. I'm just, I just invent.
Nothing to see here. I'm not the bad guy.
I'm not the bad guy, but I can help you.
Right.
They're saying now that there's this whole thing about you shouldn't go see this movie if you have anything with epilepsy or anything like that. There's a lot of flashing lights, a lot of.
What'd you think about the action?
The action was good. I liked it. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of fight scenes. A lot of, you know, nice moments.
All in all, it was fun. I just thought they had a weaker villain. What was the villain?
Yeah, no, because it's kind of like, it came too quick. It was just, it felt like you would have liked to seen some history, maybe.
Yeah. Well, Syndrome was.
Oh my gosh, it's Screenslaver. Oh, I thought we got rid of him.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely.
Oh, I remember back when.
How cool would that have been if we went back in her past and you see Elastigirl and Screenslaver, silly name, go at each other. So therefore, when they come back again, you got that history, and you get a little bit more of a better motivation for Screenslaver, similar to Syndrome. Why he was such a great villain was because he was his #1 fan, and it was a take on fandom, you know, and you don't really have that here. So Yeah, so what would you give this as a Watchcat review paw rating? So I would say this is 3. I would give this 3 paws. Incredible 1, you gave 4 paws. So
yes, I did.
You will still give Incredible.
I'll give it. Maybe I'll just give it 3.5. Okay. I'll give it 3.5.
We will have 3.5. Okay, there you go.
Half a paw. Yeah, make sure you check out our Watchcat Wednesday. Every Wednesday we have it on our blog spot there. Check that out. And subscribe. Click on the ads too. We need ad clicks because we're trying to donate this money to an animal shelter, and we're $5 away or so from getting a check.
Maybe how would they click on?
They just have to get on a desktop or a laptop and just look on the side. They'll see ads and just click on that ad a few times.
Can they do it on their phones?
I don't know. Certain phones you can. Certain phones you can't.
So it would be better if they do it on a laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's our Watchcat review for Incredibles 2. I'm Jim.
I'm Greg.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Watchcat Films. Subscribe now. I'll be watching.